work on chin stands, elbow stands, and head stands. So we're going to take different levels of this from beginner all the way to work your advanced skill some. We're going to first start out and we're going to warm your back up. If you have not stretched your body completely, you may want to scroll through and see if you can find the full body stretch video, or at least take time to stretch your legs, because I'm going to stretch your back here in this video, but I'd like your whole body to be stretched and warmed up before we begin. Jocelyn? If you will lay down on your tummy. We're first going to start out and we're going to lay down straight and we're going to extend our body. We are going to work the lower proportion of our back, and it's going to strengthen. And when you strengthen those muscles, it actually gives you a little bit more flexibility in them as well, just as long as you stretch them out. When you start, you want to make sure that your ankles are nice and tight together, your feet stay pointed, and your body is stretched. If you do not have a yoga mat or any type of mat, you can do this on the carpet. Just make sure that you don't hit your face on the hard floor. We're going to start off and we're going to lift the top part of our body up 5 times. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to do the legs, keeping the legs straight, keeping your ankles tight together. Lift 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to lift both arms and legs. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to do one more, and I want you to hold 6. Up and hold. Squeeze, and you're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold, hold, hold. And higher. As high as you can go. And rock. If you can get your rocking motion on. Good. And you may come down. Go ahead and push your, walk your arms back, push your body up and head back, keeping the ankles nice and tight together, getting a good stretch through there. And you can bring those feet up. A little extension through the shoulders. The next time that you guys come up, you can open your legs. So go ahead and open your legs and reach back. You will have some that can take these to their shoulders, or pass, if they're on their head, ask them to go to their ears and then to their shoulders. And lay all the way back down. And arms straight. We are going to go back to the hollow position, and it's what I tell guys to put their turtle shell on. So you're going to squeeze through the ribs and you're going to lift up. This is very important when we get to our handstands that is coming. To make sure that you do not arch through your back. You want to keep a nice tight back through here. This is also important when you guys are in your headstand, to keep this hollow back when you tuck and roll. If you have to roll out, and so you just don't flop onto the floor. So, Jocelyn, if you will do a few of those for me. Lift, squeeze, and down, and squeeze, and down, and squeeze, and down. One more, and squeeze, hold. Making sure everything is nice and round. And come back down. Good. If you will roll over just a second, and if you will push up a bridge position. I'm not going to spend a lot of times in the bridge. I just want you getting your back warmed up. So push your bridge up. You can do feet apart. Using your legs to push your chest forward. Good. And come down. Feet together. And bridge back up. And guys, you can do as many of these as you want. Feel free to push pause if you feel like you need to do more. I'm just trying to get through our video. So don't take up all of your time. How does that feel? If you'll push back up and go to your elbows, push your bridge back up, You can do feet apart. And then you're going to go to your elbows, pushing your chest forward, using your legs, really getting a full extension through those knees. And come down. Good. Okay, if you will get on your knees. This next section, we are still really focusing on the lower part of the back. If you have yoga blocks, those are really good to use. If you do not have yoga blocks, you can do it with your hands. We will demonstrate all. Or if you are my young guys that have tuned in, pause really quick and go get a stuffed animal. We can do this with a stuffed animal too. All right, I'm going to do it first without blocks, and then I'll have you put your blocks in front of you. Okay? Okay, so you're going to take this on your knees, and I'm going to look at the camera and make sure that I am recording. Okay, all the way up. And let me extend this just a tad. Okay, so you're going to extend your hands all the way up. You're going to tap the floor in front of you and open your knees, arms back up, and you're going to go behind as far as you can. Please take it slow. If you can touch, that is great. If not, just come back up. And again, forward and forward. Thank you. If you do not have blocks, guys, please continue to follow along, just doing it with your hands. It's the same motion. If you do have blocks, we call this our building blocks. So we take the blocks and we're going to build them from in front of us to behind us. And then we're going to go back and get them and bring them back forward. Go ahead. Arms up and back. Take your time, no rush. Now in class, remember, if your blocks fall, I have you rebuild them. I will not have you do that today. And back up. We are going to reverse it and stack them back in front. Good job. Thank you. Really quick, I will. For my little ones out there, hi, I've missed everyone. You can also do your stuffy, okay? Take her behind. And go back. So, if you do not have your blocks, you can, thank you. Oh. You can use just about anything to build from the front to the back, warming that back up. So, hands up. Some people that are not so flexible in their back, it is okay as long as you are coming back, head back, and just holding. I'll let you cheat just a little bit, and I'll tell you how to get a little bit lower. This will not fly in class, but right now at home, just to get your bodies moving, I will allow. Open your legs just a little. All right, arms up. And with your legs open just a little bit more, all the way back. You are able to go just a little lower. If you do that, use your hands to walk in as close to your feet as you can. Good job. How's that feel? Pretty good? All right. If your back feels pretty good and warmed up from those exercises, we're going to go ahead and get onto our chin stands. We are going to do these different ways. First, the way I like to call it, it's my seal. Especially with some of you younger ones yet, I don't want you to just fall onto the floor without being able to roll. So if you'll put your feet out of the way, lay down here. You are going to flip your hands backward. Yes, you're going to keep nice and tight. Let me make sure I have you all in. Jocelyn, if you'll slide up just a little bit on her. Yes. Okay. You are going to pull your chest forward like a seal and pull forward, and that helps you roll, and you're going to squeeze, 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 squeeze all the way through here. Parents, if you are helping at home, you can give just a little bounce. You can lift just a little. Don't push their legs further than they can go. You're going to go a bit on it. Okay, let's try that again. So push your body back up. Make sure your hands are pointing towards your feet. And slide your chest forward. Of course, not every attempt will be perfect. Keep going. Yes. And learn to hold. Work on holding that position. And come down. Now, if you guys have mastered that and you're holding your chin stand just with your legs either straight up or angled over your head, I want you to do it again, trying to keep your legs together and bringing your toes to the top of your head. Go all the way up straight. Come back down. Okay? But now I want you to pull from the seal, go straight, and then bend to your head. Okay? Ready? And pull through to the seal, up straight, and bending, and come back down. Yes. Okay. Good job. How's that feel? Pretty good? Again, don't expect to do that. If you feel like you are going to go over too fast, just tuck your shoulder and just roll out. But make sure you don't come up too far, and then you just use your legs to bring you back down the way you started from your starting position. I want you to go now, and from your chin stand, last one, and see if you can bring your feet in front of your head. Now for the people that are elastic out there, I know I have some of you guys in class that don't have a problem putting your feet in front of your head. If you can touch, that is okay. I want you to reach around and try to grab your ankles. If you can do that, and you can then extend them straight. So we always can work upon these skills. We can always give more. Right now, if you'll just try to get your toes to, my assistant here is power and not flexible. So we just got what we got to work with, right? Just try your best, guys. You do not have to be perfect, okay? Just have fun with these videos. All right, if you can go ahead and roll on up and bring your feet over in front slowly. Good, and come down. Easy. Good job. Okay, guys. So now your back should feel really, really loose. I want you to lay back down and get in your bridge position. And I want you to feel how much better this feels. And feet together. Push your bridge up. And extend your legs straight. Pushing forward, getting a full extension through, and hold at the top. Hold, 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 hold. And come down. Good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover our headstands. We're gonna go over the tripod position first. So when you hit your tripod position, we're gonna work on your tuck and your roll out. That way, if you are up, you're not slapping your back onto the ground. You are at least tucking and rolling. First, we're gonna hit our tripod. Will you face, actually you'll face this way. You'll put yours up. You wanna do your, got you, you're right. Sorry, guys, if y'all don't have a mat at home for your headstands, let's do it this way because you guys can just get a soft pillow. That way you're not on the hard floor, you're not just on the carpet. Now, if you have a pillow and a mat at home, you can use both. Do you want me to put the mat, extend it, or you're fine here? We're gonna tuck and roll. Okay, so make sure protected, okay? Will you hit me the tripod? Just the tripod position. When we do the tripod, Jazzy, I think I probably want to scoot you this way. Hold on. Let me check you. Good. When we hit the tripod position, we want to make a triangle. So we want to make sure our head and our hands can draw our triangle. Once you're in this position and then you can hold and you don't have a problem holding, I want you to come down, do this sideways. I want you to tuck and roll out. Okay? Can you tuck and roll with your bun? Okay. So go back up to your tripod. Staying on your head. So once you hit your tripod, I want you to think about squeezing a penny under your chin and tuck and roll. So you are rolling out, and again, you're not arching or you're not falling, okay? And let's get back to the tripod. Let's do that right there. Face, yeah, no, this way, because we're gonna do our nose. From our tripod position, once you are good and sturdy with this position and you can hold that, then let's go ahead and let's move on to our next skill. You're gonna come all the way up and you are going to balance and squeeze. You can give yourself challenges. You can set your timer, have mom and dad set your timer and see how long that you can hold this position. Okay, you can come down. Slowly. Okay. For some of you more advanced, your tripods, that is super easy and you do not have a problem with that. You do not have a problem with your headstand. So then you want to start making it a little harder. So for you guys, we're going to get back in our tripod position. This time you're going to put your legs straight in front and then lift. And go back straight. And up one more time. Oh, yes. And bring it back down, all the way down. Good job. So that's something that you guys can work on also. That also works on your core strength as well. Your balance, you will sometimes roll out of that one. That one is a little harder. You see Jazzy kind of shaking just a little bit. The next thing that I kind of want to touch base on with your headstand is something we will eventually get to doing, and some of you have already doing as far as your press handstands go. We are going to start it off from the headstand position. You're going to go, instead of coming here on to your tripod, you're just going to come to your toes, and then you're going to lift up. So sorry, I'm in your way. And that helps with the rotation of pulling the legs all the way up from the straddle position and come back down. And if you'll come back down to the straddle position, and thank you. If that is a skill that you can master, that's no problem. Then we're gonna do that again, and we're gonna take that up, and then instead of landing back down, we are going to try to bring those legs down to your elbows. Okay, and lift. And then you're gonna open back up and land those on your elbows, get that rotation, and hold. We'll go over this, hold it in just a second, and come down. Good, all the way down. So for you guys that are wanting to learn how to do your press handstands, that is a good skill to start with as far as rotating the hips, pulling the legs all the way up through that extension. If you will go to your elbows. Now you saw Jazzy come back and land that with her legs over top. So, and we're going to cover these a lot more in our videos to come. I think we're going to be at home for a little while, it seems. If you will tuck under, you're going to get into what I like to call the spider position. So you're going to look like a spider, and then you're going to put your hands under you, and then just slowly lift. Now, if this is a skill you're doing, you can still take that same pillow that you had and go up. That way, in case you lean forward, your face can be safe. And come down. All right, this time I want you to come up and extend the legs straight. So you can go back to your spider position, extend the legs, and down. Okay, so that is something while you're in the tripod and you're on the floor. Not only going to work on your headstands, you can come, and again, I'm going to cover that a little bit more in depth in a video to come. Let's go ahead and let's get started onto our handstands. Guys, when you do your handstands, you can use your pillow again, you can use a mat. I'm just going to stick this, Jasley doesn't need it, I'm just going to stick it under her head. We're going to do this up the wall. Make sure that you're okay with your parents, that you're just not putting your dirty feet on mom's wall and getting me in trouble. So make sure your hands are not completely close to the wall. Make sure that you're maybe about an inch or two away from the wall. Go ahead. Oh, wait, let me cover that. Let's turn sideways. Thank you. You just reminded me. When we get ready to start our handstands, I like to start from a T position, and this, come back down. This will stop you from kicking up too fast onto the wall, and you'll notice at first you may not be kicking hard enough. You may not make it. With more practice, you will. And let's do that T again, and let me make sure I'm getting that in the video. Into your T. Okay, and back up. I kind of extend this up. Guys, y'all have to be patient with us videoing. We don't exactly know what we're doing yet. Whoa. Okay, if you will face your wall and go to the T position, and then take your hands slowly down and lift up. And you want to make sure that you are closing the back, that I don't have a lot of space through here, that your spine, you do not want to arch, sit on the wall. You don't want to, yes, you don't want to hit this position through your back here. You want to make sure everything is nice and tight through. Come down. Okay, let's do that again. So when you arch in your back, you will not be able to hold your handstand position. You won't be able to walk on your hands for a really long period of time. You want to keep everything nice and tight through the center. And lift. Take out my wall. Close. And come down. Good. Okay, thank you. Let's see, I think that pretty much covers just about everything in our video today. Emma, is there anything you can think I'm forgetting? Yes, thank you. From your headstand position, again, we took the press handstand from the floor. So I'm going to show you how to now practice that from the floor. Okay, and go ahead and, again, you don't want your head to be super close. I wish you guys would use a pillow at home. You don't have to be super close to the wall, but you're going to just use it for a little bit of balance. So when you come all the way up, you can use your head just a little bit to balance. You're going to rise to your tiptoes and lift all the way up, getting the rotation. Again, keeping the back nice and tight, and open, and come down. And again, do that one more time for me. From the toes, lifting, rotating through the hips, and come down. Yes, and I think my video may have cut off her feet because I was really concentrating on what was happening from the hips down more so than the point of. Okay, so now we're going to cover the elbow stands. If you'll come here, Jasley, you can do these kind of different ways. Take them slow. We're just going to cover a few today. You can keep your palms open on the floor. Some people like to keep them open. Some people like to grab. You will kind of figure out what works best for you. I'm going to let Josley grab. So if you will grab, we're first going to do the easiest one, which I think is the stacked legs. So you don't have to keep your back and legs all the way straight. So you're going to lift up through the back of your legs and slowly you will balance through here. Give this a little bit more. And then you will balance through. Come down. You can practice that over and over again. The longer you can hold, the better. There's plenty of skills that can go from handstands to elbow stands, just transitioning through those moves. We will go ahead and go up again. Again, you can do palms flat, so open, grab here. I know you don't hold there. So you can hold here or you can hold here, and you're going to lift up through the toes, push up, and you're slowly going to lift, get your balance. Now if you feel like you can't balance, make sure you come back down this way. Do not flip over for me. We can do that at the studio on the mats, but right now while you guys are practicing, I don't want a lot of tumbling happening. So just keep it safe and bring it back down. So just work on your balancing. Now you can, from here, you can bend and straighten for your next skill. And come back down. Thank you. Keep that down. If those are really easy for you guys and you don't have a problem with that, then, just take time and see how long you can hold it. You can rotate your legs through that. You can transition between stag legs. You can switch legs. We switch legs. We come up all the way straight through. So you're going to stag your good side first. You can practice here, then coming all the way up straight through, both legs together, and switching. Open this one. And back up straight. Straighten this one. Straighten, open. Come here. Back up straight. And again this way. Straighten this one. Three. So those are just kind of transitions that you can work on your balance and your technique. But just holding that, it works your core so much. You're not only working your balance, but you're also working your inner core, trying to maintain your balance, trying to keep your body tight. Guys, if you have any questions, just please feel free to email me, give me a call, anything. I hope you guys are having fun watching these videos at home, and I will see you next video. Bye.